Chinese dynasties explained. Let me introduce you to the Chinese dynasties one by one. There's the Xia dynasty, the Shang, Zhou, Qin, Han, Tang, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties. The Xia people settled around the Yellow River in northeast China about 4,000 years ago. The Yellow River was fertile, which easily allowed for the people there to plant crops. They were supposedly the first culture to produce bronze and use the weapons to produce a large army. Their most prominent ruler was Emperor Ya, who also founded the dynasty. However, nobody is sure if they actually existed. No, seriously, there hasn't been much evidence that the Xia dynasty existed. We don't know if it was just a myth or real. So yeah. A brave man named Tang of Shang, it rhymes, overthrew the Xia dynasty in 1600 BC and founded the Shang dynasty. This sparked the beginning of a new era for China. They are the first dynasty with complete archaeological evidence. The Shang dynasty followed most of the customs of the Xia, but also adopted their new ones too. They were known for the invention of the writing written on oracle bones or stone. We know more about them through this. Centralized government helped organize the vast empire and made it stable. Advanced education systems in math, astronomy, and the military. The Zhou dynasty followed the Shang and would be known as the longest reigning dynasty in the history of China. It also spanned a larger area than the Shang. Great for the people there, the Zhou was a mostly peaceful dynasty. It followed many customs of the Shang. It is during this time that many philosophical advancements were made, and Confucianism and Taoism were founded. The Qin overthrew the now weakened Zhou government. Their most prominent ruler was Shi Hongdi. You should know about him, he was a very bad guy. Oh, and yeah, he set up a standardized government. Although the Qin dynasty lasted for a short time, lots of advancements were made, some of which came from harsh methods like heavily taxing the people of China for projects. He constructed the Great Wall of China to keep out the Mongols and built many palaces. The Han dynasty was known as the first golden age of China. Everyone was happy and trade boomed. They were known for two things, trade and literature. The Silk Road, a large trade route from Europe to Asia, allowed the Han to trade their goods like silk, jade, and porcelain in return for European stuff. The teachings of Confucius from the Zhou dynasty were also reintroduced, as well as many other things. The Tangs preceded the Han. They played a role in making the capital city of Chang'an grow, reaching 1 million people. That brought in poets, merchants, and traders, which made cultural improvements and brought prosperity to China. China was now ever so rich and full of resources from across Asia. Emperor Taizong was their greatest ruler. The Song took control of the area after the Whirring Drum. They set up a government led by officials. This was the first dynasty to reach a population of 100 million. Thank goodness the rice production increased. The Song could now focus on the arts, something they were widely known for. The good times didn't last though. Do you know who came to conquer it? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kublai Khan! What followed were some tough times under the Mongol-led Yuan dynasty. The Ming dynasty came next and was known as the Second Golden Age of China. Trade was spreading everywhere as well as Chinese goods and influence. One man named Zheng He led an expedition around all of Asia and Africa to introduce and take goods. Art and literature bounced back, notably porcelain production and landscape paintings. The Ming dynasty was the largest of all the previous ones. Architecture too. They completed the Great Wall of China and built the Forbidden City in Beijing. The Qing were the last dynasty of China. They were also known as the Manchus, or the group that ruled them. They tried to continue the earlier traditions, but European influence and wars eventually led to the downfall of the dynasty.